Feeling yourself grounded, sinking down. Also letting your spine be somewhat upright and lifted. Feeling a sense of ease and openness in your body. Now I'm going to start to play some sound. And there's nothing to do to receive the sound. If the ears are working and sound is created, hearing simply happens. So just let hearing happen and just notice hearing the sound. You may notice thinking, that's fine. Thinking is not a problem. When you notice thinking, see if that noticing gives you the presence of mind to bring your awareness back to the sound. Letting sounds from the outside be noticed if they're there. Letting sounds of breath be noticed if they're there. Notice how there's nothing to do, just hearing the sound, and know that you're hearing the sound. Continuing to listen to sounds. Nothing to go after, even when the sounds are more subtle. You don't have to seek them out. You just receive them effortlessly. The next time you hear the sound of 3 bells, you can open your eyes. questions, comments?
So I'm in a PhD program, and my whole life has sort of been very driven and goal-oriented and on the task ahead. So I'm new to this, so how does this fit into that's my life? I have to be wanting and aiming towards something else that I don't have.
Okay. Did everybody hear the question? So she's in a PhD program, and she basically says that her whole life is about wanting and aiming towards something that she doesn't have. So how does this fit in? Is that about right? We all have goals. We all have things we need to do. If we all just lived in the present and didn't think about what needed to get done, nobody would eat, nobody would go to work, we would die. So we do need to be able to have intentions, set goals, and carry forward in the proper actions to achieve those goals. The question is how you're doing it. So you can set a goal and know that this and this and this and this need to be done. And while you're doing this, be doing this. Just fully be doing this. Don't be thinking about the next. When you're in the next, you'll be in the next. Tomorrow is still today when tomorrow comes. So it's not that there isn't a lot that you have to do. It's just thinking about all you have to do doesn't serve you in doing what you're doing right in this moment. It probably feels really overwhelming, actually. So, thinking is a great thing when you need to plan something. When we want to purposely engage our thinking, we can sit down and say, okay, this is what I have to do. And, I made an outline for this series and I know what I'm going to do every week. Was I in the future planning when I was? Absolutely. But after I made the outline, I let it go. And then I just checked in with it today to see what I'm doing today. And then, okay, this is what I'm covering today. And if I was busy thinking about what I'm doing next week or the week after or the week after, I'm taking energy away from what I'm doing today. And I'm dividing my own selfness. I'm spreading myself too thin. So the other thing is that there has to be an understanding that things aren't going to always come out exactly how we want them to. So as much as you plan and as much as you work and as much as you do everything right, something is going to go wrong. And you have to just know that. And then in the moment when something goes wrong, you just stop and you evaluate and you say, okay, what's happening now? What can I do about it now? So if you get too attached to how you want it to go, then in that moment when it doesn't go that way, you fall apart. But when you stay present moment to moment to moment, you always have that presence of mind to say, okay, this is what's happening right now. Let me take a step back and see what I need to do. Does that make sense? Easier said than done. But if you practice, it does become easier. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
I think also that being in a PhD program is the opportunity to be observing, I hate this,